This is my 2,925th day in captivity. After nearly 3,000 instances of humiliation, I've long lost the will to resist. The perpetrator not only records the acts of violence, but also forces me to watch them repeatedly. My name is Tanya. 10 years ago, I was a 14-year-old high school freshman who had just transferred schools. On my very first day at the new school, my plain clothing made me an outcast among the fashionable girls. I tried to ask a seemingly friendly male student for directions, but before I could speak, his girlfriend came over and scolded me, calling me shameless. I was deeply upset and didn't understand why they treated me this way. However, the despair didn't end there. Even my best friend at school, upon learning I didn't want to return to my foster family, sarcastically said it was none of her business. At that moment, I felt completely hopeless. Fortunately, the school security guard, Hans, seemed friendly. Every time I was bullied by other students, Hans was the first to step in and help me out of those unbearable situations. Over time, I came to believe that Hans was the only person in the world who truly cared for me. He would talk with me when I felt lonely and even comforted me, saying I could stay at his place whenever I didn't want to go back to my foster family. Didn't want to trouble him because I could still spend a night at my remarried mother's place. But to my surprise, when I knocked on my mother's door that day, she not only refused to let me stay, but even warned me never to show up at her doorstep again, as it might anger her current husband. Hearing my mother's heartless words, I had no choice but to leave in despair. With nowhere else to go, I went to Hans's house.
Tam, what are you doing here? Come on, come on.
I'm sorry. Please don't be mad. You said your parents would be home, so I thought it'd be okay.
Oh, of course it's okay. It's just no one, and I mean no one ever, not my parents, the neighbors. No one can know you're here unless I'm the one that tells them, okay?
Hans's words immediately made me feel much better. Now I finally didn't have to worry about being homeless. 4 months passed quickly. As time went on, Hans gradually began to reveal his true, monstrous nature. Once, just because I made a bit too much noise walking in the room, Hans came home and immediately started yelling at me, even threatening to kick me out right then, leaving me homeless. After 4 months of psychological conditioning, I was completely subdued. I obeyed Hans's every command unconditionally, just so I could have a place to stay. However, as more time passed, I suddenly discovered something unexpected.